Hi everyone, this is Keting Liu from the HTThank Data Management Group. Thank you very much for having me today. In our daily study practice, we identified the need for a tool to help study teams extract significant information from the current EDC source data, also known as the raw data. However, study teams often find themselves overwhelmed by the vast amount of EDC data and the overly complex data review tools. For example, we have received complaints such as people saying that they don't know what each variable stands for after downloading the EDC data, or they struggle with the dashboard they have. To address this, we develop a concise and straightforward shiny app that bridges the EDC data directly to actionable outputs, enabling the identification of critical data issues and the detection of critical signals related to study quality. We also collect the specific requirements from the key user groups to assess their needs, desired specifications, and the preferred usage of this tool. For example, what data managers want is easy to use. Start from here, okay. As you can see, we also collect the requirements from the key user groups to assess their needs, design the specification, and the preferred usage of this tool. For example, what the data managers want is easy to use data review interface evidence to ensure effective communications with clinical site personnel or vendors. As for the medical reviewers, what they want is being able to combine and organize data in real time, detect patterns between subgroups, also a user-friendly window to download outputs. More importantly, the common request is quick turnaround whenever there is a refresh of the EDC datasets, ensuring that all outputs can be immediately delivered to their hands. So I summarize the major objectives of this shiny app here. This shiny app trying to resolve the following challenges. First, provide a global dashboard that accommodates all company-level studies and fits various raw data formats elegantly. Second, detect patterns between the overall population and the specific subgroups in specific data. Third, extract the most critical and necessary exception listings for study team review. The last is to address the issues of variable names lacking direct access to the variable labels. Based on the background and the objectives, the expected outputs will also include subject-level figures like spider plot, waterfall plot, swimmer plot, also the subject-level outputs like patient profiles or study narratives. Before I display this shiny app, I would like to quickly introduce the data flow of this app. So as you can see that different studies with even a single company may have different data structures or variable names, making the harmonization or normalization of the raw data set is necessary before the outputting process. For example, a subject-level dataset with demographic and treatment information can be used for almost all kinds of outputs. Additionally, datasets like tumor results and the overall response, adverse events, and the CM will be merged and reorganized together because they will be used for the same output. After the normalized datasets are ready, it becomes more convenient to convert the standardized datasets into different outputs, such as subgroup analysis, review listing, plots, or even applications of artificial intelligence and machine learning. The first tab of this app integrates study-level information, windows for selected EDC raw datasets review and variable labels. This allows users to have a comprehensive view of the study, including the date of the dataset, measure version, whole drug version, enrollment, and site-related information. Users can also access the EDC detailed dataset information, including variable labels, which can increase the review efficiency. So in this app, there are two types of interactivity. The first type of interactivity is click-through interactivity. For example, in this review tab of standardized subject-level dataset, clicking the bus updates the dataset based on the bus value, and the drop-down changes automatically updates the plot with the smooth transitions. This interactivity can make users feel more engaged with the whole data review process. So this is the first type of interactivity I want to introduce. The second type of interactivity is a client-side interactivity. Shiny is actually a great option for client-side interactivity. So as you can see that the traditional static plots often struggle to balance simplicity and sufficient information. If a study team once needed two sets of line plots, one without IDs for external use and one with IDs for internal review, this was probably manageable for a phase 2 study with thousands of lines despite some overlap. However, displaying hundreds of lines with IDs leads to unavoidable overlap. This is the first drawback of static plots, overcrowding when presenting too much information. This issue isn't limited to line plots only. It can also occur with different types of plots. If the team also wants the plots for different evaluators, it can result in potentially hundreds of spider plots. Reviewers would struggle to find the needed information among so many plots. This is a second drawback of static plots, difficulty in presenting more information efficiently. So I think I have seen several demos for data review dashboard tools from different vendors, including some tier 1 global vendors. However, some of them are still generate the static output. Some of them, I would like to say, their level of interactivity is not enough. I think many of us have suffered from the hundreds of redundant and repetitive PDF or RTF outputs. I think it's time to fully use the Ashani dashboard interactive distinctions to make the data review process more robust. Here, I want to give another example of using spider plot in data review. For example, the percent change for subject 002-111 evaluated by independent reader 2 here shows an unusually large variation on the chart. So using this chart as evidence, we have reason to suspect that the sum of diameters at this time point might be a typo, such as probably a misplace of the decimal point. At the same time, the plot itself can serve as a tool for communication with the independent review vendor. The suspect outliers automatically will be output to the K-matrix tabs, eliminating the tedious step of going back to the data to find the related information. So I hope, like with this Ashani app, it can somehow to help to make the communication between the different functions more smooth. Another feature of this app is the user-centric approach. For example, if a local study team in Japan needs to create specific data outputs to ensure quality, consistency, accuracy, and completeness of data in local patients, this tool provides a flexible, easy-to-use option to review Japan-only outputs. It bypasses the manual calculation process or the wait for the EDC data to SDTM, ADAM, TFL, the long process, and the waiting for the validation and the data rotation between the sponsors of the CROs. So basically, we hope that the people want to check the output, can choose the select country here and change the percentage here, so they can directly get the output they want to have. And also, as you can see, the corresponding listing will also be provided. And there's a very user-friendly buttons for people to download the outputs they want to download. It can be Excel, CSV files, PDF, or it can be just simply a copy of the outputs. The next feature of this app is there is a portal to upload an external patient listing file, which can automatically map the outputs based on the external file listing subjects. This portal quickly generates outputs based on population sets that cannot be directly derived from the current EDC system, such as the line of therapy, or when there is a data issue in the EDC impact the number of subjects in the outputs. For example, if a study medical physician, he or herself can manually upload the second line patient listing generated by he or him, and the output will be automatically generated based on this patients. And we believe like this process can highly make the output generation process more efficient. If you're curious about how the outputs are generated to resolve all studies, whether it's related to one drug or multiple drugs, this annotation slides probably can help answer your questions. For different studies, items related to adverse events, drug discontinuation, and dose reduction will always follow the rule of any meeting the requirement, right? So this is actually very easy and efficient to programming the logic like this in R. And I think this is another advantage when comparing R programming with the class programming. Okay, so here comes to the summary of today's sharing. So we all know that the clinical data review, or the process of catching data errors, is a cross-functional responsibility that is maybe too complex to resolve by a single platform or a simple process. But we still hope like this our Shining dashboard or our Shining app can provide another option to expand the scope or the functionalities of the data review process. That's my presentation today. Thank you very much.
I wanted to say the dynamic graph you had there with the nice, the rearrangement of the plots, they look really, really nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Look and feel certainly does a lot for like user experience.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think this is actually really important, to provide people a concise window or tab. So so to avoid the repeat information and the redundancy, like the plots when it compares to the traditional SAS outputs or PDF outputs. I think like a lively and animation like pictures can be a more user-friendly option for the study team. Yeah, and this idea can be applied to different kinds of plots, no matter it's like a line plots with the change of the tumor size. It can also be like the waterfall plots, swimmer plots, or any other plots. Yeah.
One question we have from the Q&A, someone's asking if you can publish the link of the Shiny app. Is this an internal app or is this public?
At this moment, we do not have a plan to public this app. So the reason is the most important reason of this decision is the back end code, or the foundation of this code. It's a highly it's only designed for the .html, our company dataset. So if we want to use the other company EDC data to apply to this tool, there are very a lot of data manipulation, or the renaming, or the standardized work needs to be done. So at this moment, we don't have this plan, and we just want to create internal tools for the good use of our company. But probably in the future, if the code, this dashboard could be mature enough and pass the further validation process, we probably will consider to add another module for the data, like normalization or data standardized. So different kinds of EDC data can be fit to this dashboard or this app. Yeah, but for this moment, we don't have this.
Another question, someone asked, do you have to create download buttons available? I know I've had this experience before with interactive clock. How does a user receive those?
Yeah, there is a download button, and it will be make use of the markdown features, and it will provide the the PDF outputs, and the Excel outputs, and the CSV outputs. I didn't include that part in this presentation. The reason is I think this download function has been introduced by different presenters for many times. So I didn't include that the download in this app. But yeah, you're right. You can see there's a download button, and I think it's very user friendly for the users to download the outputs they want, no matter what they want, is PDF or CSV or Excel. Yeah.
Great. The next session will be starting. If people want to go to that, they can leave, and if they'd like to stay for questions, we can keep this one open for a bit longer. I was actually wondering, you had an upload button for people to bring their own data in. How do you deal with standardization of that data if it's is that data that's come out of a database and now is going back in the same format?
So at this moment, we only allowed one kind of external data to upload, so which is the subject list or patient list. So the purpose of this uploading process is to redefine the population of the outputs. So this function is highly demanded and requested by our medical physician teams. So we add this function after discussion with them. But this so as you can see, this external file is limited to only the subject list, which means it is only one column, and in that column there will only be subject IDs. So that's the reason. So as you can see, if you upload any other things except for the one column subject list, it will return error information to the person who uploaded this file. Yeah. So at this moment, we only use this external file upload function here. So it works for this situation, I think.
Excellent. If there's no other questions, we'll once again thanks Keting, and we'll see you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.